Hey, how's it going? My name is Ambrose. For those of you that don't know me, I have been on dialysis for 9 years now. Um, I am sharing this information to hopefully help some people because I've been through the ringer and back in medical situations, not only dialysis, but in medical, period. So I just wanted to share my story a little bit and help some people out, hopefully, in the long run. Today I was at UCLA for an evaluation with infectious disease, as well as the surgeon who's going to be doing the surgery. They both gave me the thumbs up to move forward, and I have already seen a hematologist, which is a blood doctor, and a neurologist, which is for the brain, of course, because I thought I had an aneurysm back in 2008 in the brain. I did have a craniotomy. They had to cut out a piece of my skull, but it was because I had a hematoma. I had passed out, hit my head on the sink, and luckily my brother found me. Otherwise, I would not be here, literally dead, and end up passing away the same way my grandpa did, unfortunately. But he found me. They were able to cut the skull out and relieve the pressure from squeezing the brain, and then remove the hematoma 3 days later. So that was one of the times I almost died. The other one was back in 2004 when I had cryptococcus, which is a fungal infection similar to valley fever, and it disseminated through the whole body into the brain. They did a spinal tap. If you don't know what that is, it's one of the most painful things ever. They stick a needle right into your spine and pull out some fluid, and they analyze it. Pretty horrible feeling. But yeah, they told me that I had cryptococcal meningitis. Google it, and that I would die if I didn't take these really strong antibiotics called amphotericin B, nicknamed amphoterrible because it's so strong. Looks like piss. It's yellow. It's gross. It's a horrible antibiotic, but it saved my ass, so kudos to it, I guess. But it also did a number on my kidneys. The doctor said, hey, we damaged your kidneys pretty bad. They're going to die early in life. Well, 5 years later, 2009, at Ventura County Medical Center, when I was in there for a non-related issue, they're like, hey, by the way, we're going to put a catheter in you because your kidneys are shot. What the hell are you talking about? But they did. They put a catheter in my groin, in the femoral vein, right in the groin. That sucked. Very uncomfortable. And rocked that for a good couple months until my fistula axis was developed enough to use. A fistula is when they take an artery and connect it to a vein so that they can access into the vein with needles, pull out blood, send it through a machine, which act as your kidneys, filter out all the toxins and extra fluid that you it gets cleaned out through that machine, because I don't even pee anymore at all, ever. Yeah, that's the only one and only benefit to being on dialysis, is I never have to pee, ever. Yes, I still take shits. Yes, I can still have sex. It works all fine. I just don't pee anymore. Your kidneys is what produces urine, and I have little prunes for kidneys now. They're all dried up and done from the damage of the antibiotics. Where was I? So yeah, they put me on dialysis 2009. Been on it for 9 years. I had the opportunity to get a transplant with USC before, but I fucked it off, basically, the opportunity. I'm not perfect. I was not following what they want. They want robots, basically, because if you don't follow what they tell you, there's a chance you can ruin the organ and totally waste it. And organs are not easy to come by. My phosphorus levels were too high for me. Drinking too much milk. You know how long it took for me to quit milk? It was harder for me to stop drinking milk than doing drugs of some sort. If you're just... I love that shit, man. But not now. I used to have like a glass a night, you know. ice cream, cheese, dairy products, all full of phosphorus. Not good. The other thing that I was screwing up on with USC was high potassium. Now that is dangerous. When your potassium gets high, there's a possibility that it could stop your heart, literally. Just end you right there. Potatoes, bananas, tomatoes, beans, all the things I love, they all have a lot of potassium and raise it quick. So I used to get a lot of calls like, Ambrose, go to the ER. Your potassium's way too high. Sometimes I could feel it and tell and know something was going on. I'd feel really weak in all of my muscles. And I would go just because I know it's the safe and right thing to do. Give me some K-exolate, which is this chalky, brown, disgusting crap you have to drink. And it just makes you shit it all out. It's horrible. The other thing I was doing that screwed my opportunity at USC was gaining too much fluid in between treatments. They only wanted you to gain between 2 to 3 liters of treatment, but I would gain like 5 or 6. Not good, because you're stretching your heart out with all that extra fluid in your blood system, you know. So your heart's stretching, and then you come to treatment and they suck it all out. So your heart's doing this, and that's not good for your heart. So that was the reason that I screwed off USC. They were just judging me off of my past when I had told them, hey, I'm done, I'm doing good. And since I wasn't perfect, they weren't going to look at me just because they had seen my past. They're like, oh, you're not serious. I'm like, how the hell can you know that, man? But before USC even had looked at me, no one wanted to even take the chance because the cryptococcus, there's no cure for it. It's asleep in my body somewhere. It's not dead. And that's what they're worried about, because when you get a transplant, they suppress your immune system so that the body will accept the organ from someone else and not attack it. But they're worried that by suppressing the immune system, the cryptococcus that's hiding in my body, sleeping somewhere, taking a nap, is going to wake up and show its ugly head and destroy something, maybe even eat up the organ. So that's one of the main worries. So we'll see. Keep my fingers crossed for the best. What else? The whole reason of doing this channel is to be able to help someone else going through it. I recently was able to help a dialysis patient who was just starting, and similar situation. He said the same exact thing. Same reason I didn't want to go to the clinic was because it was so fucking depressing, man. No joke. A lot of elderly people, a lot of people missing limbs, legs cut off because they're diabetics. And that's one of the progressions of the disease. They end up losing their legs if they don't take care of themselves. People that have had strokes and can't even talk. I mean, it can be a sad, depressing sight, especially if you're new and don't really have any friends or allies there to talk to and, you know, see and wave and say hi to. That makes all the difference in the world, let me tell you. Having some friends there, making friends there. So yeah, I understood completely. I told him, hey man, just try and make some friends and start talking to them. You know, they're not all just old decrepit people. Just try talking to them. Try to make the best of the shitty situation at hand. It's not easy, I know. But I explained to him all the things that I've gone through, not just dialysis. And he's like, damn, I mean, I'm just having a problem with dialysis and you're going through all this other medical shit and you're still trying to smile and make jokes. And I said, well, you know, I appreciate that. I mean, at least I'm able to help someone. So I'm going to do more videos on a couple bills coming up that are just, one of them is just horseshit. And the other one, I understand why they're trying to do it, but I'll come back to you with another video because I'm already coming up to my time limit of 10 minutes. If you find all this information worthless and this just isn't for you, go ahead and unfollow me, I guess. But I'm just trying to help people with what I've been through and spread awareness, and hopefully it helps. So once again, I'm Ambrose. I will talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching, and like I said, tell anyone who needs this information to come check me out. Have a good night, good morning. Shit, I gotta be at dialysis in 4 hours. Later.